just enough of the alcohol to enjoy it and get a little burn from it. But it's nice, it's sweet, and the fruit punch flavor is really nice. Maybe I should do some drink review videos too. That would be fun. You know, if I could start trying doing different things with my channel. The games are okay, but not really cutting the mustard right now. Not gonna stop doing it. I enjoyed making the game videos and doing all this stuff and making games and having fun, messing around. Like this one, I'm just kind of rambling along, running my mouth. This is basically a vlog with gameplay footage at this point. Which is cool, man. Why not? Fuck it! Fuck it up. I can actually do a few animal noises. Not doing my crow in here, though. Kitty! That's my crow impression. Kitty! No. Mystery Science Theater 3000. Watch it. Love it. Or die. No. Nah. I'm very much looking forward to the reboot, or the return of the series. It's not really a reboot. I guess that's all there is to it. It's just something I've noticed, I guess, going kind of back to the thing about Fanboys, is that you find that people like me that don't have much money have to really, have stress in their lives. What we really like is to laugh. We want something to enjoy. This is just a general observation about people. It's people who have money and don't have a whole lot of stress in their lives. They're the ones who start feeling like they need to be sophisticated and mature, and they go looking for that in media, games and movies and books and literature and stuff. And it's fine to love those things, but they're not going to make you a sophisticated person or a mature person or anything by reading any of that stuff or watching movies or playing games. And it's just kind of silly to me. Because, there's nothing fun about being stressed out. Drama and having that sort of shit in your life, having to deal with it every day. Things like my computers being old and they could die on me at any time, take all of my work with them. That's not fun. It's just it's a pain in the ass. It distracts me. It makes it so that I can't really enjoy things as much. That like the Silence of the James, making that game. I wish I could just make it just to make it. But because, I have these stress factors that are money related, I cannot help but try to think of ways that I could hopefully make a little bit of money doing it. It's not the only reason I make the game at all. By no stretch of the imagination. All the other stuff is still there in my head. But the stress, it makes money come to the forefront of the mind, and it forces you to think in ways, how can I fucking make some money and get rid of some of this stress? And you just have all these people that they don't really have stress in their lives, real stress, so they don't understand that. They think you're just out for money because that's how they would be thinking of it. They don't understand what it's like to be sitting in an apartment with a tiny window air conditioning unit, with it being 110 degrees outside and pushing 90 something inside. And even worse, that because it's a brick building, it's like an oven. It just holds on to the heat all night. Even when it's 70 some degrees outside, it can be almost or over 80 inside. And then of course the humidity can be 80-90%, so opening up the windows doesn't help. You just bring all that humidity inside and make it feel wet and hot. No, stress of not having a car, and not just in a teenager, oh, I have to get rides to go places, I can't have any freedom, not that bullshit, just no vehicle at all. I have to either walk or get a ride to go anywhere and everywhere, which is irritating. I hate bothering people. Well, I don't drive anyway. I've never been able to get myself to learn to drive, because I'm not sure who I distrust more, myself or the other people. Bit of both, really. But, just, even something like a washer, because we got a washer and dryer. They were old, but when we finally got into this apartment, they both were working to start with, and the dryer died. The washer is still plugging away, but it rattles and bangs, and the motor whines, and it's just one of those, again, just one of those sources of stress. When the fuck is that going to die on me? And then I'm going to have to probably walk down the street to the laundromat. Luckily, it's only a few blocks away, but carrying fucking laundry back and forth to the goddamn laundromat and back. And people do that every day, and I feel sorry for them. I know that my life could be worse. I'm not whining or bitching or saying that, oh, my life is so fucking horrible. I'm not going all emo or anything. I'm just saying that, people that don't have these kind of stress factors in their life don't really know what real stress is. I guess it's just that gradient. Because I'm sure there's plenty of people out there, I know there are plenty of people out there who are way worse off than I am that would say the same shit about me and my problems. But again, it's not like I'm not whining. I'm just, these are facts of my existence, and they're a pain in the ass. And again, I've lived with people that argue all the fucking time, and yell and scream and shout. I had to live with a meth addict for 5 fucking years. People try and turn that into a fucking TV show or a movie or something. It's not fun. It's not entertaining. It's a pain in the ass. It sucks. It's, I think I actually have like a PTSD from living with the fucking cunt. Because I start hearing people arguing, and it's like instantly I'm on fucking self-defense panic mode. Because I think they're fucking gonna come after me just because of, that instilled fear of dealing with a fucking raging meth addict that would go off on me at the drop of a hat if she was coming down off of her shit and raging. It's just shit like that. It's not fun. It's not entertaining. It's not funny. It's not interesting at all to me. Just that drama bullshit. I don't get that impetus to watch that sort of shit. Like that whole Breaking Bad thing. I mean, that's supposed to be such a great series. Why? What the fuck is supposed to be so great about it? It's a TV series about a dumb fuck who does dumb bullshit. Fucks up everything around him because he's a dumb fuck. That's what it's about. There's nothing fucking deep or significant or anything else about it. It's not realistic either. Don't have some pussy-ass motherfucker who suddenly turns into a goddamn drug kingpin. Anybody who's supposed to be that smart and understand chemistry that fucking well wouldn't have to resort to something like that in the first goddamn place. That's the thing about doing something like breaking the law. You know, usually that's the sort of shit that you're probably going to be doing earlier in life. You're not going to start doing it midlife. Middle age. It's just bullshit. But again, even ignoring all that is, like I said, just how the fuck you could find that entertaining, just that sickens me. Like, deal with some shit like that for real for one fucking day. Go to a drug shelter and deal with real fucking drug addicts for one fucking day. Go to a prison and have conversations with drug dealers for one fucking day, and then tell me how fucking entertained you are by that bullshit. Actually talk to some real people who actually have cancer and how they deal with it. And you'll find, mostly across the board, people who have terminal illness or possibly terminal illness, once they've gone through the stages of grief, they usually come out of it feeling free. And they don't feel oppressed and go off and do crime and shit. It's just, that's another one, like The Walking Dead. I don't like anything about that. Game of Thrones pisses me off in every single way, shape, and form. Breaking Bad, again, is just... people who live in Hollywood, I mean, seriously. They make a living making TV shows and movies and stuff. And you really expect these people to have any idea what real life is like? When was the last time any of them had to worry about anything? Really worry. And get really stressed out over something like putting food on the table. Or worrying about getting heat stroke sitting in your own living room. You know? When? You know, I'm not saying I have anything against them for doing what they do, but anyone who thinks that there's anything realistic about anything Hollywood puts out in a TV show format or a movie format is full of shit. And really it all comes down to them wanting to feel good about something, you know, like all that shit is like they want to feel superior is a lot of it. Pretentious bullshit. I don't know. People are people and people piss me off a lot of the time. I'm gonna get a lot of hate messages off of this one, if anybody bothers to watch it. Of course, another thing I don't like about those sorts of things is a writer. That's more of I've been talking more on a personal level as a writer. God, they're soap operas, and I hate soap operas. Because I hate contrived writing to begin with. My whole thing is I'm an organic style writer. I write I try to write in a way that's natural and organic, and things flow and are realistic and happen like real life, kinda. And the thing I hate about soap operas is that it's all contrived. It's all about generating the most drama